This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. In a major diplomatic development, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev are holding a bilateral meeting tomorrow in Abu Dhabi. This marks a significant step in the peace process between the two countries. While no breakthrough is guaranteed, the fact that the leaders are sitting down face to face underlines the growing momentum toward resolving one of the region's most entrenched conflicts. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan will be travelling with a 20-member delegation. Hints of this meeting had been circulating for days. As reported by the Middle East Eye, preparations for a possible high-level encounter were already underway. The outlet cited diplomatic sources, noting that UAE officials had quietly encouraged both sides to engage in dialogue under their auspices. The article also emphasised how the UAE's rising role as a neutral broker in regional conflicts could offer a more stable and discreet setting for progress, especially as global powers, including Russia and the West, struggle to regain traction in the Caucasus. The US may also be quietly pushing for this development. During a cabinet meeting yesterday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio expressed hope for a peace deal between Azerbaijan and Armenia as part of the administration's recent foreign policy achievements. While State Department officials remain vague when pressed for details, they confirmed that Rubio's mention wasn't accidental. The secretary noted it for a reason, said spokesperson Tammy Bruce, suggesting Washington's discreet role in nudging talks forward. Beyond the meeting with Aliyev, Pashinyan is also scheduled to meet with UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan during his working visit. Shameful and Anti-National Atmosphere in Armenia. That's how Catholicos Aram I, the spiritual leader of the Holy See of Cilicia of the Armenian Apostolic Church, described the growing political and spiritual unrest gripping Armenia. In a rare and urgent statement, Catholicos Aram I condemned what he called the unhealthy and anti-national climate in Armenia, especially the rising tensions between church and state. Calling recent events a disgrace, he said he's ready to return to Armenia to help calm the crisis, if the authorities are willing to talk. The rift has drawn international attention too. Asked about the arrest of top clergy, UN spokesperson Stéphane Dujarric said the UN hopes that the matter will be resolved within the reasonable bounds of the law. He added that the Secretary-General's office is monitoring the situation closely. Tensions escalated after Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan questioned the legitimacy of Catholicos Aram II's religious vows and demanded his removal. Following this, two senior bishops, Bagrat Galsanyan and Mikhail Ajapahyan, were arrested on charges including incitement and attempts to seize power. Russia has also weighed in, calling the pressure on the church deeply concerning. Armenia's foreign minister, however, has warned Moscow not to meddle in what Yerevan sees as internal affairs. Check out our interview with Steve Swerdlow, human rights lawyer and professor at the University of Southern California, who joined CivilNet to examine the human rights implications of Azerbaijan's 2022 attack on Armenia and the ongoing border aggression. The full interview is posted on our website and YouTube channels. You can find the link in the description below. And the number of the day is 83. That's how many electronic receipts, in millions, have been issued by taxi services across Armenia since the law requiring digital fiscal receipts came into effect in September last year. That amounts to a staggering 91 billion drams, or $238 million, recorded through the online system. Interestingly, individual drivers contributed a small fraction to that figure, printing just 29,000 receipts, worth around $94,000. The data highlights a significant shift in tax transparency within the taxi sector as authorities continue tightening regulations to formalise the shadow economy. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.